This is going to be a deep dive into how well you are achieving your manifestations. I've let go of this channel and I've given it to the divine. I've given it to God, the universe, Allah, Ra, Mother Gaia, Kali Ma, Hanuman, the divine. Now own this channel. I've let go of the controls. I'm not going to force zodiacs and stick to a normal schedule. I'm not going to try and do anything other than what I feel absolutely guided to do. And in the now moment, I've done a pre-shuffle of arcs. What do we need, O divine? What do the collective and the viewership here really need? And that was, we want to dive into their manifestation, their wish fulfillment, and how well you're manifesting that, okay? So let's let go, let's surrender, let's get comfortable. I'm going to shuffle and see what really wants to come out. First of all, I'm looking at sincerity. Are there sincere lovers out there? Is there someone seriously out there for me? Am I going to find that person? Am I going to find that soul tribe? Am I going to find that career? Am I going to find that job? A lot of you are asking straight away, if this is for you today, is what I'm looking for actually out there? Because I don't want to feel like I'm wasting my time. The answer to that is coming in quickly. Yes, it is out there, but it's not as grandiose and as big as you think it is. So a lot of us are living fairy tale and fantasy, are dreaming and believing that there's this magical manifestation that's just going to fall onto our laps. The divine saying, you're going to get a small opportunity that's aligned to your manifestation, and you have to take it and then build from there. Everything we've ever had in our lives, it didn't come whole and complete. You weren't born whole and complete. You didn't arrive out of your mother's vagina as a grown adult. You were simply an embryo and a seed that came together and incubated inside your mother's womb for 9 months, and then got pushed out, and then began to evolve, grow, speak, talk, walk, laugh, smile. Yeah? It sounds exhausting in relation to manifesting, because we want what we want and we want it now. But I'm looking at a really interesting story here today, because I'm looking at twin flames, separated karmic connections, and first time I'm ever going to say twin flame careers, karmic careers. You know, when we look at twin flames and karmics, that vibration, I've never heard anyone else on the platform ever speak about it from having a business that's a karmic, a job that's a karmic, a twin flame business, a twin flame career. I'm being advised to open up your perspectives, whoever's listening today, instead of you looking solely for divine masculine in this way, divine feminine in this way, even in regards to just being a person. Think about it as, where is my divine feminine home? Where is my divine masculine home? Do you understand what I mean when I say that? My divine feminine home is at the spa I go to, the massage parlor I go to every other week. My divine masculine home is the gym I go to every day, where I do weights. Very stereotypical still. We can break that open more and more. Whether you go to the forest, whether you go to your actual husband, boyfriend, partner's houses. You have a house that's for you, where all your girls hang out and chill, or where all the boys go and meet up. Whatever it is for you, start looking at the layers of the energy behind construct. This really talks to us today about stepping out of illusion, of the psyop, of the matrix, finding the yin and yang, the twin flame, the love and light, the masculine and feminine, and all things beyond the human vessel. Because everything here is object. Everything came from someone thinking it into existence. You're talking to me now, or I'm talking to you now. You're hearing me now through a laptop with a mic, with audio. You're seeing an image on the screen. It's also on YouTube. So that is, someone made YouTube, someone made that laptop, someone made the microphone. Someone made the components of that microphone. Look how many layers there are to this communication, other than me just talking. Words after words after words going into a system and a machine that is being recorded through a mic. Now you're hearing it through the speaker. Layers, layers, and layers of life. You're being asked to look at the more layers of life, because the more layers of life you can look at, the more variables you can see in your manifestation. You can see when things are really manifesting, even in the smallest ways, and that's what God asks from us. The seeds of manifestation sprout and grow. Plants, flowers, humans, we grow every day. But it's only our birthdays, that annual occasion, that we look and see, oh yeah, I've aged, oh yeah, I'm a year older. We wait for that special moment. Oh, my beard's grown and I can see it now, so that's an occasion. Or my hair's grown, that's an occasion. My nails have grown. My nails need redoing because they're grown out. It's a birthday, it's an anniversary. We celebrate all the key things. But I'm growing just as much as I am today, as I did yesterday, as I did last year. And on my birthday, I'm going to still be growing at the same rate I was growing the day before and the day after. Those 24 hours are important. The minutes that I'm speaking to you now, the seconds that tick by during this conversation, monologue, dialogue, whatever you want to call it. I like to think that we are talking now, because you're hearing me through thought and telepathy, and you're sending your energy back, and you're clicking like, or you're adding to the comments. You're having thought and opinion. You ever listen to someone on a voice note, but you're replying back to them, and it's just a voice note you're listening to. They're not saying anything. They're not there. They made that voice note yesterday or a week ago. You're only getting back to it now, but you're having a full-blown conversation with that person through that voice note, and then you realise, oh my gosh, I need to call them back because I'm just talking to them like they're there. That's what we're kind of doing. That's what these moments are meant to be. Moments of just free thinking and letting your brain go, and you speaking back in the atmosphere with or without anyone being there. Because you're there, you're hearing, you're receiving, and your manifestation is too. That's the point, at every given moment. So let's keep diving. The divine is talking about real struggle and strife. Again, a lot of depression as well. I wasn't expecting the reading to go this way. So let's keep going. You have a lot of faith. You're working really, really hard, okay? You're doing a lot of different things to manage this. I see legal, I see court cases. I see the desire to get back to someone, to go home. There's a place that you want to be. Whatever you're manifesting, you're trying to get there. You're on the way, but it's slow and it's irritating because you can't have it all your own way. And what I do see is a real fight with self, with life, in business, in your career, legally, financially. It's not so much a spirit, it's the material world, it's money, it's getting your foot on the ladder, it's the stepping stones you need to survive. And I feel like whoever's around you at this time, or whatever you're seeing at this time, it seems that more people are in a leisure vibration, because what you're looking at are people sunbathing and lounging and living a really carefree, larky, light, love and light kind of lifestyle, whilst you're pulling on a rope trying to drag a massive statue across a building. You're really working hard to get something right, and it's a strong structure. You could be building something really, really important. Really, really important. Now, the way I get through this, and I remind myself that I'm going to be okay because I resonate with this energy, is hard work pays off. And everyone has a spin of the wheel. Everyone has their season, yeah? So if you're in a position in your life now where all you do is work 24/7 and there is no time to go to Ibiza and lounge on a sun deck and drink mojitos and just have a laugh and a joke and surrender with friends, that's okay. Because you've got a long life ahead of you and everything works in ebbs and flows, and now you're in the season of grafting, hard work, dedication. What's beautiful about that is you can guarantee 100% without these cards and this reading that that's going to pay off for you, because hard work always pays. So the activities that you're doing now, they're building a firm foundation for the future. I am quite finagly, if that's the right word or not, all right? I get really annoyed because I see the future and I see the economy, and I went through homelessness a few years back. I'm still in a very one-track mind. That's economically focused. That's understanding ecological well-being. That's understanding the indicators of life. And that's making absolutely profoundly important decisions, at least from my perspective, that I must stay driven and focused in relation to this now. This is my life's goal and focus, and this is all I can see at this time. I take on that energy because somewhat fear vibration, but fear vibration exists in the root chakra, and it's compulsory because that's how we guarantee success. Because it's not a time for me to sit on my laurels and have a rest and have a break and not be gung-ho after what I've been through. So understand, if there are other people around you that are not gung-ho and not motivated, that's not an issue. If they're going out partying, turning up, having a good time, they don't understand the economy and the molecular constructs of finance, econophysics, the futurism of society, the outlook for their nation, their community, their state and their borough, their district or their county or their parish, that's not on anyone else. Everyone has their own financial standing. Everyone has their own positions in life. So please just stand firm in yours. I could nag people all day over on hermatology.me and go, what are you doing? We haven't got enough money in the economy. The whole world is broke. Have you not seen the Triffin news? Are you not up to date with the de-dollarization? Have you understood what's going on with the cryptocurrency at this time and the desire for central bank digital currency? My goodness, you falls on sun lounges at a time like this. But that's because I've been through something that triggers me to go, oh hell, keep walking, keep walking, keep walking. We haven't got time to waste. Stay on the grind. Keep going, keep going. Because I don't want to go back to where I came from because I was on the floor. So that's admirable. You're right, keep going. Keep going. I know it's tough. I know it's exhausting. Take breaks when you can, but understand why you're keeping on. And if it's coming from a fair vibration that isn't successful, or if it's leading to where you want to go, and it is leading you in the right direction. Once again, hard work always pays off. I'm devoted to what I do every single day because I want to be a positive contributor to humanity for the rest of my life, for the long term. And I want to be rich, wealthy, abundant, so I can have the freedom financially to do what I want, live where I want, travel anywhere I want to at any time of the day, because the world's getting more and more controlled, and difficult to navigate through. So it would be wise for me to push as much as I can in relation to my personal growth and desires in business and career to achieve something powerful and successful, so I can still be a positive contributor in this world and not be shut down, silenced, lose my freedom of expression, lose my intellect, my ideologies, my belief system, my desire for a world that is really rich and positive and full of opportunity for everyone, me included, through healthy mechanics, healthy mechanisms. I don't want to get lost and go me, but I'm trying to inspire you with that in some way, I guess, because we are all mechanics in our own lives. We're all engineering, creating every single day we wake up. We brush our teeth. That's a process, a system. We wash, we get dressed, we put on our outfits, we do what we've got to do in the house, we head out, get our day on the go. Whatever it is, whatever we're cycling through, that's our own engineering of the day. So we're all engineering our own lives. A lot of people will desire not to have anything other than the money that they have day to day now from the salary they get once a month, and just pay their bills and keep going, keep racking up cycles of debt, keep using their credit card, keep going on holiday in arrears, keep spending money willy-nilly. Other people desire to invest in shares, invest in stocks, make real money, make real financial decisions, buy property, buy land, buy multiple properties, multiple lands, have multiple businesses, multiple franchises. Some people desire to be millionaires, some people desire to be billionaires, some people desire to be trillionaires, some people desire to have 4 kids, 20 kids, 10 kids, no kids. Some people desire to move away and live on the other side of the world. We all have different dreams and manifestations is the point. So it's not like you're watching anyone else, but you're aware of the difference that you put in versus others. It's hard, but it pays, right? When I first moved into my house after being homeless, I worked in between 17-hour to 21-hour days. That's it. For practically 2 years solid, whilst trying to do other things around that as well. I wouldn't stop. I didn't even see it as a problem. It was go, go, go. That's all I had to do. I felt like I was behind. I felt like I had to catch up. I was losing the oversight that I was managing on everything I had already built to that day, and it was just grindstone, 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 go, 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 go. I don't regret it because I'm clear in the mind now. And I've slowly been able to change my life from 21 hours to 17 hours to realizing that actually that's what I was doing, and that's mentally insane, and then reducing that, and then reducing that, and then reducing that, and then reducing that. Having more of a healthy lifestyle again. Bringing in different aspects of self and what I need, and understanding what kind of people work 17-hour days, 21-hour days, right? What kind of activities we're doing and what we believe that we're destined for and why we push ourselves to those extremes. Yeah. Also how dangerous it is and how it shaped me as a human being. Let's look at the layers to why we do what we do. Let's give ourselves a little bit more credit and love and appreciation, but let's not power down until we know we can. Because interestingly, fear is false evidence that appears real, but fear is also a protective barrier. Fear is a measure of safety and risk. Yeah? Fear is there to remind you that this isn't going to be smooth sailing. We need to make a calculation here of how much risk we can take. What do we really need to manage in a situation like this? Not only that, though, I do want to look at your emotions, okay? There's sadness and depression in the cards because you've lost something. And there's someone or something you desire to get to. It's a manifestation. So you really want to manifest this, and You are doing it, you are going slow, and you're doing incredibly well, okay? And I'm sorry if you don't hear that enough. It's not enough people in the world sometimes to just be positive. Like, the things I do all over my platforms, I've got loads of different channels, some debates on life, some affirmations, healing, meditations, positive frequencies, and obviously this reading channel and technology. But the reason I am the way I am, in the way I speak and the way I deliver what I do, and just the way I've grown full stop as a human being, is because my love language is words of affirmation. And I never feel like I get enough words of affirmation. I'm the over talker, I'm the loud one, I'm always doing something where I'm kind of making all the noise. So I don't even often give people the space and time to offer me those words of affirmation. And then I'm not even used to receiving that either. I just brush it off if someone does say something positive, because actually I've never really received healthy levels of reciprocation, in my opinion, or that words of affirmation from others as a normal, frequent thing. So I don't even always receive it well, and maybe I get shy or embarrassed or used to have an emotional meltdown, or feel like it's too much for me to receive that, or you're being too nice, this or that. Like, it's learning self here, you know, and that's why this journey is going slow for you as well, because you're healing internally. Whatever's happened in your past, right, whatever's gone wrong, there's been an overflow of emotion, there's been loss and upset. And I know you want to reach this new destination and be in that new power seat. Do you know what's so cute? Yeah, I see someone here who wants a new suit, like a really, really, really good new suit. Head to toe, you've got a specific colour, specific design, shoes, maybe even a hat with it, a stick. Like, you want the full shebang. Do you know who I love so much? So funny, loads of celebrities pop into my head nowadays when I do these readings, right? But Scott Disick from Keeping Up with the Kardashians, when he was Lord Disick, he went through his Lord phase, where he would only wear suits and be called the Lord and only travel in the private jet. And he was really rich for that season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And he was fly head to toe. His outfits were just incredible when Scott was in his prime. And it's kind of you going, yeah, I want to get back to my prime. I want to revitalize myself and get back to that version of self. And you're not only going to do that, you're doing that now. Sometimes you don't realize you're doing it because you're in the wheel of fortune. You're in it. When I look back at my old content, I look back at old photos of me, I go through my old photo albums, I'm like, gosh, I was so hot then. I didn't really think I looked good in that. But now I look back, I'm like, damn, I looked good. Damn, that was a good outfit. Oh, I wasn't too confident that day. Oh, I didn't think that was good content. I look back, oh, I loved that content. I think that was great. So it's always getting a different perspective across space and time, and I guess being less judgmental of yourself about where you should be now. Because in the future, where you are now is beautiful and perfect for you, and you're going to love it. You're going to look back on it as, oh, I remember that phase. So don't hold yourself hostage based on ideologies of time and thoughts of where you should be, trying to find solutions for the now moment when the future's great and the past is gone. You know, stay present in the now, the power of now, the power of now, the power of now. Yeah, this is where the power is now. Stay present. Fuck everything else. Yeah, that's the truth, isn't it? Fuck every single other thing right now. I'm here, you're here, we're talking, we're listening. What the fuck do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What's going on? What flexibility do you have? What can you do? Yeah? What's pissing you off? What's weighing on you? What can you just get the fuck out of your thought process now? And this is like virtual meditation, I feel like I'm doing, because now it's like kick ass and I'm a little bit pissed off and irritated because that's the energy in the cards, and I just want to go fuck it off, fuck it all off, get it out, get rid of it, F off, go away, leave me alone, I need to be alone. If that's what you've got to do to anyone around you right now who you do love and care about, but you need a minute just to be by yourself, to register your servers, reboot the computer, readjust, realign, and do that. I need a minute, everyone. Push everyone out energetically, shut down, go within, hermit mode, activated. Whatever it is for you, get yourself back to that equilibrium in the mindset for you to manifest that new suit, that new energy. And now, when I'm thinking about the suit, for anyone else who doesn't relate to an official suit or outfit, it's given me the fat suit, which conspiracy theorists love to talk about, aliens in fat suits. It's really a fat suit. It's really a fat suit. My girlfriend's really in a fat suit, right? I watched a whole thing on YouTube about this man who, I think he killed one or two of his women, or used to beat them violently because he believed they were indeed aliens in fat suits. I think he tried to skin them, some of them. I mean, ask me why I was watching that. I can't tell you. I'm ashamed. I'm so sorry. But yeah, now I'm sharing it with you. Now you're going to go and Google skinning people out of their fat suits. That's a crime on the rise. This man really, and he only dates women that are fat, morbidly obese as well. Like, yeah, she's in a fat suit and she's mine. And when he locks them up, it's all I don't know where I saw it or why it's in my head now. But there you go. That's the point of that is, what are you wearing every day? A smile, a frown? I'm successful, am I rich? Are you wearing positive vibration? Or did you wake up and choose to virtually spray yourself with low frequency? Because every time you wake up and you give and breathe to the atmosphere, the environment, your home, your reality, the psyop that you're playing a role in at this time, this telenovela that is your life, in that now moment, are you covered in low vibration or high vibration? What are you giving off to the cast and the crew, to the side characters, to the set, to the stage, right? How well is the production of your life going at this time? The Truman Show is screaming through the screen at this time, right? If you know, you know. Because there's been a lot of conflict while you're going slow. Because the more that you think that you're going slow, the more you entrap yourself in ideologies of not having enough. I feel like you want to get married. Not only am I seeing this man at the end in the suit, I'm now seeing the man in the suit with husband and wife just getting married. And you know when they throw the rice over your head? That's what I'm seeing. But not only that, before you get to the dream about getting into this suit, you're grabbing someone, embracing them after a long distance. So you want to, it's a running up to someone and embracing them. But what I see here, so this manifestation appears to be someone that you want to be with, get to. It looks like a feminine energy, just sitting there, longing, wondering, thinking, right? So either or, someone's sitting here dreaming about this feminine, dreaming about this masculine, dreaming about this career, dreaming about this house, this lifestyle, this money, whatever it is, there's dreams here. And someone just wants to be suited and booted and go for it, make that commitment, make that connection, sign on the dotted line. But there's a tower moment. And I love it. Things are shifting in your reality. This is a very, very powerful reading from what I can see. I'm about to dive in. So we've just identified where you're at now and what's been leading up to your energy at this time and what you're looking to manifest in regards to that energy, that final completion, suited and booted, sign on the dotted line, hooray, I've achieved it. This is my person. This is my goal. This is my new house. This is my new life. Achieving the manifestation is what you're focused on. But the tower moment coming out in the way it has, with this commitment and real desire for this dream, the divine's got something to say about it. It's a wake-up call, but this is what this reading is. I'm excited to see, because something's shifting. Once again, the now moment seems to be so important. I'm looking at a sudden change, something breaking down. I'm seeing an empty room. Trying hard to sustain something. Trying hard to impress someone. Trying hard to keep something going. But the truth is, something needs to be grieved. This is very, very interesting. what I see here is a lot of desire, but also a lot of confusion. Someone is trying to manifest through too much mayhem. The Tower moment here, there's so much going on. I've never in my life seen so much going on, okay? Give me a minute. Because it's chaos to process for me, right? And I'm neurodiverse. So there's so many people involved in this. Give me a second. I've got to spread this out wide. There's someone independent here alone. There's a couple here evolving. There is independent agencies, like if you understand what agency is, true agency, the way in which we all operate and connect. There's a man here, which I assume is you because I've got more of a masculine vibration in this reading. Either way, a masculine who is sitting there defeated, trying to manifest, whilst also watching a feminine who's grieving. There's also a couple around that is watching you. There's a couple that there's a couple that are not together but destined to be. They are also here. You've got a lot in your mind. That's what we need to deal with first and foremost. Then there's also a woman that is watching something unravel. It's not related to your manifestation though. You've got so much going on that your manifestation isn't streamlined. You're gonna have a come to Jesus moment, because there's a woman grieving over hair. There's a woman and man that you know that are going through relationship difficulties. They could be close friends or allies. You're watching that and you're seeing that. There's another social situation that's closing out of some feminine energy, someone who's been left out by themselves on their own. It's not giving female, it's just giving someone who's been emotional, gone through some real struggles with kids, difficulty in their life. They're now on their own. There's also infidelity, fighting in relationships, someone in a relationship with affairs, cheating, toxicity. Yeah, it's like there's so many people in your life or reality that are around you. What do you do for a living, and how are you cutting cords and transmuting this energy? Because I can't even see your manifestation here. I see someone that you care about who's got kids and they're struggling, and they've got lies and dishonesty and they're alone. They're not deceitful, but they've had a lot of awful people around them with bad intent, and now they're by themselves. They look quite spiritual, this person, out on their own, spiritual person. Then there's someone over here who is back and forth fighting in a toxic relationship with a baby mother, baby father kind of drama, back and forth fighting over affairs, toxicity, past hurts. Then there's another relation separate to that entirely. These two people look business related, business partners that don't know each other, silent partners in business, watching you, stakeholders, investors, people that have invested interest in this finance and money. They're sitting here humbly, but they're watching you. You're withered and worn out and torn, thinking about getting to that end of that manifestation. But there are also two people in the back of your mind that are younger than you, immature than you, more juvenile than you, lesser than you in your stature, position and net worth, but they're meant to be your closest allies at this time, and they ain't doing nothing beneficial to help you at all. They're actually quite limiting to your growth. I would cut cords. That's bang out of order. I always say this shit, right? But you've got two people that are subordinates in the line to you, younger than you. One's wearing a mask, right, and has wailing around a cup of liquor, so they could really enjoy a drink, and they're not very honest. They're quite inappropriate, sleazy. They've disrespected someone as well, a woman potentially publicly, really disrespected or disheveled a woman in business, made someone else struggle in business or financially in a bad way, right? It's like this person's knocked someone's head off, right? Taken someone's money, mental health. So, it gives me knocking someone down for their own benefit, wearing a mask, but really not a good person. They're a liar. They're manipulative as fuck. But they're really close to you. They are so close to you that they're definitely feeding on your vibration. Then there's another person who dresses the part, acts the part, really young, but they've got 3 of swords. They can't do anything but wait on you. This person just waits on you all the time. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? They don't move, breathe, shit, sleep, talk, dance, drink without your movement first. So this is just a vibration that feeds off you. They've got a sword in their hand, but the sword's half covered and leaning down. So that's real symbolism of this person has no clarity in their own mind about who they are, no self-development, no desire to evolve spiritually. They're not doing anything. They haven't even got the gift of the gab. They're not really good at even being clear, or they're not even stoic, but they're just waiting for you. They wait on you hand and foot. They're like your servant boy. That's rude to say, but it's kind of like that. It's like butler vibes. Yes, sir. 3 bags full, sir. That's it, and that's quite a really irritating vibration to be around you at this time. That's why I said to you, didn't I? Oh, what's going on? Let's stay in the now. All these people, they're annoying. Get them away, right? So straight away we've identified 2 people. One's an arsehole. He could be older than you. It gives me chauvinistic male. Thinks he's better, talks down on women, thinks he's the best in the world, doesn't deal with anything too well, numb to emotions, a little bit narcissistic, little bit cowardice, little bit scheming, cunning, up to no good, would definitely do a scam or an underhanded deal or something to get ahead in business. Can't bear that energy, too close to you, not what you need at this time with the stuff you've got going on in front of you, that also looks somewhat legal, right? Moral, yeah, integritous. This child that's juvenile and immature as well, they're just like, father, tell me what to do next, sir. Unbearable. You just don't need that either. So I would just push them out the way, tell them you need some space. It's hermit mode time for you. You're still very keen to watch over something or someone grieving, passing away. That's a fine. You're in a better vibration when you're watching over this grief or someone else, because it looks like maybe it's your wife, your daughter, someone in your life. You're overseeing them. You may pay for this person. You've got one person to support, a feminine that you support. You support a woman who's grieving stuff that's gone on, and you're doing that incredibly well. Whoever you're supporting or observing from the back, because you might not be speaking to this person at this time, but either way, you're counting all your coins and watching this person. That's potentially the heaviest vibration, the most lightest positive vibration here. 2 people are watching you, stakeholders, investors, people involved in whatever the hell this is, right? Looks official. That's why I'm saying stakeholders and investors, because God knows what on earth it is other than that. Legal, regulators, judicators, oh goodness me. But they're not bad energies. They've got incredible morals. There's a man here and a woman here. Both of them are really stand up. and sound. That's what gives me legislators, lawyers, legal, because they're really, really upstanding people. They're not going to make anything go wrong. And they're not coming with, I'm going to destroy you and ruin your life energy as well. They're just upstanding individuals that are going to make sure things go right. They're obviously quite close to you, but you don't really speak to them. They're just watching over you, okay? Which is really, really positive for you. But you're down in the dumps. Your energy's a mess because the main people that you are talking to are those two negative actors in the back of your mind that are just, you know what I'm saying. That's the energy enough. But you're looking at this situation here, and then you're also looking at a feminine and I don't want to look at that a little bit more. Let me go there. Because I see this feminine that you're looking at watching coin. That's fine. That could be anything. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's dive into firstly this this emotional energy and this kids and this family and this stuff up here that looks somewhat burdensome. What's that? Okay. Looks like family. It looks like a lot going on with family. A lot of different roles. So I'm seeing mother, brother, kids, close immediate family. So kids, any brothers and sisters, mothers, wife, parents of the kids, whoever lives in the home, the family home. It's kind of like turning the wheel. So you're trying to make sure you make time for the family. But you haven't really been spending a lot of time with them because this has been going on. And you've been in hermit mode. Don't worry. If this is about a mother, and a mother finding romance, or a mother healing her heart, or a mother having enough money or being there for you, you caring for all of these people, going out with them, spending time with them, just trust that it's okay. You don't have to overgive to these connections. You are allowed to pull away and work on you. You haven't got to deny how you're feeling. And maybe you should speak to them about this. I can see this manifestation that you want, and I can see somewhat you don't know how to bring it up in conversation. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Okay. You're burdened by the family situation. Let me know if I'm wrong, because I like to know where I'm going with this. But let's try and close out all the mess that you're spiraling around you in the Fibonacci, right? This point here, all of these family members that you keep trying to make sure you have a nice balance and ratio with, you give financially to, you spend time with, you check on, you try and balance out the relationships here. There's quite a lot of you, all different ages, a whole family here. Try and have more emotional conversations. I don't think any of you guys are sitting together at a table or at meal times or having any kind of camaraderie in regards to how are you feeling, how are you getting on, how's your life. It's all very blasé and manic and never really grounded in true spiritual light language and healing. The family don't need therapy or any formal healing meditation or any other experience other than everyone sitting with each other for 10-20 minutes one day and just having a public check-in. How are you? How's this? This is what's going on with me. Whatever you're going through and you're trying to manifest, it will be really wise for you to let this family know this is the safe space. You've been missing from your safe space for a while because you don't know what to bring up to them. You're heavy, depressed, could have been going through a lot of tears. There's no point having a conversation, anything other than surface level, which is something you couldn't deal with. So pluck up the courage to have deeper conversations with the different members of this family, even if it's in a group chat on WhatsApp. And you just use that WhatsApp group chat to check in and have a convo with everyone. Just let everyone know what you're going through and where you're at in business, in personal life, whatever's going on, because this manifestation is a big shift in your life. It's taken up a lot of your time. So just have the words that you need to. You can send general voice notes to everyone in your family at one go through a WhatsApp. Send a video and a face call to everyone in the family immediately at the same time. Get group chats going. Get that socialization alive. That's where the healing's going to come from. Send memes and positive quotes and photos of you doing silly stuff at the house or whatever to just heal that. because that needs healing. Maybe you're the like matriarch, the leader of the tribe in this family, and you haven't been there, so you worry about that, and you're just using minimal time and at maximum money to manage that situation. So that's going to shift now. You start using better group text and communication. Over here, this devil energy with these two women fighting back and forth. Ace of Wands. Ooh. Very, very hot, sexy, powerful energy that is cutting and cold. Welcome to the baby mother drama with the Justice card coming to an end. Whatever this is, and I'm still getting a masculine vibration, so we're going to stick with that, but feel free to shift the energies around. But it's a situation of, okay, there's passion here. You've clearly got passion for one woman, one situation, but there is a fiery situation around it, someone cold and cutting. The Queen of Swords is the bitch energy, right? So it could be two women bitching and fighting. Either way, there's this devil energy with these women fighting. So toxic fights back and forth about relationships, ending a relationship, love, positivity. It can go any way in that situation. Devil energy, third party situation. You break it down. Who's the karmic? Who's this? Who's that? Whatever's gone on, it's because you found passion in one pursuit. And as a result, we're looking at a Queen of Swords. The truth's out. The swords are down. The fight is over. The drama's come to an end. And now you're moving on, Six of Swords, with a woman who now you're looking at eye to eye and holding hands with. So at the end of the day, communication's light. Throat chakra's not really fully activated in this, but justice is here because you've managed to resolve a situation that appeared to be in a third party situation. Could be fights with a mother and a lover, a sister and a brother. It's quite close to the family dynamics, but a little bit separate. So it's extended relationship dynamics, two women that you were dating, but it could spread out to be any kind of third party issue in your reality that was burdening you for a while. You can rest assured that's done now. Yeah, you've got to work on the family stuff and that communication still, but you definitely got justice with whatever these toxic feminine vibrations were in your reality. Yeah, just keep working on that throat chakra communication, because that's the only setback, is if you pull back on clear communication and you get any wires crossed, which it's done, but it's done. If you were dating women, you're not dating anyone now, you've closed the cycle, it's gone, it's done. Justice is on the top of that, so that's done, right? But the throat chakra is still in my peripherals, so just be aware of how you use communication to stand in truth and be grounded in the pursuit of who you are and what you're doing, and create no blurred lines in that pursuit, right? Let's look at these guys that I really dislike. No offense. It's it's irritating because they're always talking, and that's the problem. They're talking about you, they're talking about what you're doing, you hang around with them, maybe they're your boys, your closest mates, the lads do what lads do, and they're talking about you, your life, what you're doing. They've always got an opinion, you go to them for everything. They're shit at giving advice, the advice they're giving you is not great, they're mocking you, making jokes. I mean, it's just not good for your self-esteem. I know lads, I want to say josh each other all the time, have a little laugh and a joke, knock each other down, I'm only joshing you. But at the end of the day, you don't need it. You've got too much bullshit on your plate already. You need someone with a higher levels of moral compass. You might want to assess your friendship groups moving forward and the alignments that you want to make in the future, because these two are not the best and strongest candidates to move forward with after the shit that you've been through. And it's harsh to say because I don't know them, I can't see any aspects of them personally. It's just the energy is absolutely abundantly clear. They don't do you any justice. They both rely on you, and when you have negative thoughts and negative self-talk over and over again, a lot of that's stemming from the communication you've had with them. It's the remnants of whatever you've been through with them that day, that week, the last thing they said. And it's all they give you so much lower vibration. They spend a lot of time talking with each other as well about you in your journey. Not in a rude way, like they're talking about you behind your back, but they are always talking about you because they either work for you or they're connected to you, or you're all part of the crew. You're like the three amigos maybe. So it's always waffle and jibber jabber about you that you're hearing from different side points, or either way it's circling. Oh, it's gross. I hate it. They're unbearable in my opinion. Right? They're unbearable. That's biased though, because they're your mates and they're your friends, but in my opinion are absolutely unbearable energy that no one needs in their life at a time when you're going through this. Just push them out. I mean, my gosh, heal, get where you need to be in your life before you, because vibrations like that will always debilitate your ascent. Yeah, for what you're manifesting and where you want to go and who you want to be in your life, that's a limiting vibration. They look at you as the emperor and they give thirsty vibration, right? And actually, if you weigh up, it's rude, but this is how we be realistic. Weigh up your life versus their life, their development versus yours, their morals and integrity versus yours, their communication style versus yours, their business ascent, ability to talk to people in positions of power, their ability to do what you do, your ability to rely on them, the advice that they give you versus the advice you give them. Yeah, their standing position in society, their net worth, their morals and integrity, all of it, weigh it all up and then go, okay, hermatologist, you're absolutely right. No wonder I feel like shit today. Hang around with a bunch of shit people, your vibration's gonna ooze shit. Yeah, depressed, irritated, you're surrounded by people that don't even know they're depressed because they've lived in such a low vibration all their life, and all they do is narrate and recite irritated low vibration and murmur and mimic and mock and laugh and joke and just enough, a fucking enough, right? That's not helping. Luckily you've got two people around you that are really smart in business. They will move closer to you provided you can raise your vibration high enough. I've moved your family out the way. I've moved these women out the way. And I've moved these friends out the way. You know what I've told you to do in each one of those situations, but your life looks immediately better now I've got all of them out the way. That was a total of about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people in your life that were eating away at your vibration. Yeah, energy vampires, even from the ones you love that mean no harm, because your family look lovely and peaceful to me, but they're all needing something, and even if your family don't need anything, you believe you have to uphold or give this to them, so that's taken away from you. It's the way in which you structure the hierarchy in your mind of energy exchange between everyone that you love that takes away from the fact that you need all of you now, and you don't have all of you, and that's why you're in this low vibration. Yeah, or have been struggling to the degree at which you have. Amazing to run through this hellish story and make it out alive. Well done for what you're doing, okay? Well done. If you resonate, please do hit the like, because, woo, we've just made it through some really heavy energy, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to even see through the fog of that shit. Yeah? So let's go in a little bit more. Let's just dive in a little bit to you looking like this grieving situation. Remember I spoke about that man counting his coins? Destiny, gorgeous. I'm not going to dive any more in that because I think it's fate and I think it's destiny. Find one more, because now I just want clarity on that woman, because this woman that's here who's grieving, she's literally really, really grieving as well. Interesting. I've never seen anything like this. Hold on. Wow. Okay, everything's lining up really well now. Wow, your life's turning around. Your life is turning around in the blink of an eye, and I'm seeing it play out in real time. So this is going to happen quickly. I think after this reading, if this really is your reading and this resonates with you 100%, then you're going to know exactly what to do moving forward, and everything's just going to shift in line really nicely. Wow, I'm so glad that I can do this for you. Yeah? And I can just dive in and see through this shit, man. Wow. Okay, hear me, yeah? Because I just said you was having a tower moment and you was sinking into depression, which probably led you on YouTube to come and look for a reading like this anyway and just seek healing, which is amazing because we can kind of do this stuff online now, which is super cool. But the two people that have ride or die that I said were business wise, they're leaning in towards you now once your energy's more aligned and you've moved these 9 people out of the way officially, or acknowledge that. If you need to throw things out of your house, feng shui, clear the old vibrations, old stuff that belong to these people, give it back, send the texts, say no, say yes, cancel plans or meetings with any of them. Ground what I've told you in reality through some kind of communication that just goes checkmate on that shit in reality. Because that's going to shift your energy straight away. I would also cut cords with John Moyer's cord cutting at least once a week for the next month, just to keep making you energetically aware through subliminals at the night that you need to transmute this energy and you'll need to be attached to these people relationship wise, because you don't. 9 people in your life sucking on your energy, sucking your energy dry. You could love them to pieces. It could be husband, wife, mother, father, best friends in the world. They're sucking you dry still. Yeah? You need you, right? Can't see you. I couldn't see you because there were 9 people surrounding your aura, leaving you in shadow in depressive episode, okay? So we've got them out. They've got to stay out. You've got to learn to create healthy boundaries moving forward now so you can have really good mental health and emotional well-being. Interesting now, as I've gone to dive into you looking at this woman with your finance, this woman's just dived into communication straight away with the Destiny card, Wheel of Fortune, and now suddenly she's got loads of admirers around her, men swooning towards her, and she's just like, oh, like living blissfully. So what is so fascinating is I'm looking at this woman like, why is she grieving? What's going on here? You're counting your coins while this woman's in grief. Suddenly we dive in, you align to these people in business, you look back at this woman and suddenly she's screaming success and is now in a really, really high vibration, surrounded by loads of admirers. I want to say loads of admirers, so it gives me more like fans or celebrities more than it does in business, but it gives, what's that word, not acquisition, but equestrian. It gives me equestrian. How weird, right? It gives me equestrian, and I don't even know if that's the right word now, but I feel like equestrian in my head, I'm seeing a horse show, right? This person's galloping right now there's a show going on. Now there's something specific happening. Now there's communication being had, not between you, but you're seeing this woman, magicians out. This woman is doing something with more, wow, look at that. Hierophant's out, Wheel of Fortune's out, and the magician's out, and judgment cards out. Whatever's going on with this woman, okay, the way I look at this, let me read it from an easier perspective. You've been feeling like you're going to have to back this woman who's in grief and struggling. This woman that you've just been watching through a depressive episode, trying to be honourable and stand up with your money, because you're trying to balance and budget out your money so you can be there for this grieving woman, like the weeping widow, right? You've seen this woman as with a broken wing, an angel with a broken wing. The way that you're looking at this woman is you really feel like you need to help her, right? You're not in a good place. You're putting on a front with this woman. You must help this woman. You must help this woman. I must be stoic, rich, wealthy, powerful. Behind the scenes, you're broken and struggling, dealing with difficult stuff in business, working with these allies to revise your business and life. But what you don't really see, or what you're going to see, is this woman has got her back turned to you. Not out of disrespect, but because grief is different for everyone. The woman, you're stressing. The woman doesn't need you to stress for her. That's the point. The woman's fine. The woman's got the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune and the Magician and the Judgment card. And she's got people swooning all over her. She's lapping it up. She's living a great life. There are people speaking about her in a really positive way. And she's really advancing in her life, in her career. Yes, she's been stabbed in her, she's seen really, I don't want to say stabbed in her back, she's been stabbed in her front, to be honest. She's seen you be stabbed in your front. Oh, goodness me. There's a connection here you have with this woman, right? Either way, you're looking at this woman and you're looking at this woman as wounded. She's not wounded. She's powerful and strong. Give her some more credit. Give her some more respect and let her go as well. Yeah? However you're holding this woman in your mind, let go of her. Energetically, my hands are up in the air now, and let go. Surrender. She's fine. She's happy. She's living her life. She's absolutely fine. She's powerful. She's in her power. She doesn't need you to be in the energy that you're in. If someone hasn't asked you for money and demanded anything of you, you don't need to give it. I feel like we need to look at your morals and integrity and understand what it means to be a good person versus a person that's taken advantage of. I don't like it. I feel like you don't even like I feel rude to say let this woman go. Just let this woman do what she's doing. Put your hands up, because your money's your money. Your net worth's your net worth. You're struggling because not only are you worrying about these 9 people that are in your aura, you're worrying about this woman who you see. The way that you see this woman is incorrect. You've misinterpreted her entirely. Yes, she's been through shit. Oh God, the stuff that she's been through is so disgusting, I could vomit. So I get it. If you've seen what she's been through, psychic attack. I feel like I'm gonna have a psychic attack at even engaging with that vibration. Like I'm channeling that vibration. I feel nauseous. Like I'm gonna be sick. Trauma is God, vile. This person has been through it, so you're nice enough to care. Is the point? You're too nice. You're too nice. Stop being so nice to people. They don't deserve it. And actually, this person's lovely. The order that I pushed all the people out of your life is the order that they have significance and they really need to get the fuck out of your energy, starting with those 2 friends of yours, you know, that were the kind of the worst vibrations. But this woman's lovely. She's evolving really well. Don't worry, and don't put your hand out and give money to anyone that you don't need to, especially if no one's asked you for money. That includes your family. You've got all this money for these people, all this money for these people, all this money for these people, all this money for these people. And you're really trying to make sure everyone has enough. I'm really sorry, okay? Let me say this, and this is great because I've been dying to say this to someone. I'm really sick and exhausted of people living on their laurels and people just getting by on other people. I'm really sorry. Charity is a real thing. I've been doing charity all my life. Even while I was homeless, I was still doing charity, right? It's who I am. I like to give back. But some people have their own destiny and their own fate. And if you keep feeding them while you're sinking and dying, how are they ever going to learn to be anything for themselves? And when you crash out and you've got no money left, are they going to turn around and feed you? No. They're going to be annoyed and upset and pissed off with you because you can't feed them anymore. When's the last time they've ever tried to feed themselves? How long have you been the provider for all of these people? And what possessed you to think you have to provide for them? If they are a dependent, a child reliant on you, fair enough. If you're supporting 7 people, 9 people, no matter what your net worth and salary is, I couldn't care less. God provides. Everyone should be doing something in their life to make an income. Everyone should be earning money some way independently on their own, doing something to earn that money. If they are not, then why are you feeding them? Why are you paying for it? If you're overly rich, fair enough. But you're not overly rich. because you're looking at every single thing going out and you're struggling to maintain the balance of what you're giving everyone, which suggests you need to stop giving what you don't have to give away. Why was I homeless? Why was I broke? Why was I struggling? Why did I go through the hardest cycle of my life? Because I gave too much. Because I always said, no, I'll be fine, I'll have enough. No, I'll be fine, I'll have enough. No, I'll be fine, I have enough. So I gave everything I had all the time, and I would give it back. I would always give my last and then get it back when I'm really, really running low. I'm panicking, I'm stressed, I've got a month or two. Oh my God, I need to make this money back just to not be in the red, just to not crumble. But God got sick of me. How many times are you going to give away all of your glory, your earnings? Your dividends, I call it divine ends, your dividends. You've gone on a spiritual journey. You work with God. You make an effort to align to your morals and integrity. That's why you earn what you do. That's why you've evolved to where you've evolved to at your life. Who else is doing that? Who are you supporting? In my reality, I let myself down because everyone else should have been independent and created for themselves. But I stepped in, spiritual life coach. No, I'll do it all. I'll do everything that everyone needs to do. Then I'm burnt out, tired, exhausted, overdoing 100 jobs, 100 responsibilities, not getting paid for all the stuff that I'm doing. I'm losing out again and again, and that person's benefiting. Only when I fall to the floor, broke, homeless, struggling, got to start again now, do I realise, oh, no one can help me. No, not one of them. Because none of them have done the work. They've just been taking my leftovers and my handouts and my scraps. So not a single person here could support me. And even when I start getting back on my feet again, people just start to take from you again. Energetically. Oh, what you've got, what you built, what you made, what you're doing now. Oh, I like that idea. I'll take that. Wouldn't mind a bit of that from you. Wouldn't mind a bit of that from you. Oh, you do what now? Yeah, I do that too. I'm taking that. You know? Fair enough, we all inspire and motivate each other, but then you wake up and realise, whoa, actually, this is the pattern that we've had consistently since the start of time, and I didn't realise. I was constantly that storyteller, that narrator for your life. Hence what I do it now to you, I'm narrating. But I do it from a place of awareness. This is a free space. This is love and light. This is my offering to the collective of I have these gifts and abilities and I want to use them with purpose and precision, within reason. Before I was overgiving, before I was doing it in warped ways. Give when you have enough to give is the point. Change your schedule, change your financing, give less, tell people to go and get a job. Tell people to start earning for themselves. You're not responsible for anyone else. I don't know if you'll see it like that. I don't know if you understand, but I'm telling you the truth. You can't keep living like this, where you become, you're not an ATM. You're not a bank. You don't need to provide for people. People are asking you for money. You're paying people's way just to live. People can't live by themselves. You're struggling because you're helping everyone else live. None of these people over here have got the concerns that you do, the mental health that you do, the heart that you do, the morals and integrity that you do. And then you wonder why you're depressed. Remember, I couldn't see you in the reading. Remember, there were so many people over you, shadowing your vibration, making you nothing but shadow and depressive energy. I had to scale back the whole desk here and spread out every single one of these people so I can find out what the hell was going on in your life. Please don't go backwards, okay? Because the truth of the matter is you need to set healthy boundaries with these people now. Mind, body and soul. Body's money. Mine is your mental health. Spend time with each of them individually. Speak to them on the phone each individually for about a month, once a week. See what you get from that interaction. And after that, assess, was that good for my mental health or bad for my mental health? Sometimes you speak to someone for 20 minutes, it's hell. When you get off, you've got a migraine, you're sad, depressed. Spent an hour with that person for coffee, bad mood ever since. Losing money now. Sometimes you get around with people, suddenly you lose money. Every time I see this person, I'm not doing anything different, but I lose money. They're not stealing from me or anything, but that person brings my net worth down just being around me. No joke. Every time you're around me, I lose money. Explain to me why every time you're around me, my money goes down. Without a shadow of a doubt, your energy just somehow makes me broke. I can't be around you. Whatever's going on, our energy's off because you make me broke, right? We don't outrightly say that, but acknowledge that shit. Who are you with when you're flourishing? Who are you with when your mental health's the best? Who are you with when you're happy? Who are you with when life is great and glorious? And what does that look like? Because that's where you should be aiming your manifestation. We see that's the end goal, because I've still got the husband and wife and that gorgeous suit and that rice in the air at the wedding, right? Gorgeous. But you've got to get your priorities in order. You've got to balance all of those relationships. 9 people in your reality that all take from you. All affecting your mental, emotional and spiritual health and well-being. All of them really fucking up your pocket. And you've got really bad habits of feeling like you need to give to people when they didn't ask for finance from you. Because you're watching over this or giving off the ideology that you have all this money to give, and that you're like on alert for this woman to provide for her. You don't need to. The only situation that's left here that we haven't looked at is, which I've left to the last because I have no idea what it's about, there's a Queen of Cups here and a Four of Cups. So there's I need to look, I don't want to make any assumptions considering how these 9 people in your life have really spiraled out into their own stories. I'd rather just get the cards straight away. So let's look at this, whoever this Queen of Cups is. Magician again. That's the same woman that you were looking at that's being admired, being loved, the woman that you felt like you had to support financially. Then the Four of Cups in relation to that, please. Okay. Give me a second. I feel like that's about you and your desire to approach. Okay. Give me a sec. Yeah. Okay, it's the same woman, okay? Okay, you really, really care about this woman. Oh God, there's heavier energies in this relationship with this woman related to a masculine that's in her life. I put out a reading. Oh, what is it called? It's either the... I have to find it for you, okay? The Twin Flame. It is... Okay, I believe it is the Twin Flame channel, which came after the Are You Ready to Awaken to True Love? Both of these readings, black background with a pink thumbnail, potentially related to you and this woman, okay? Titles include I Am Certain This Is Your Forever Person, Destiny Cannot Be Tamed, Awaken to True Love. And then the masculine flies in to talk to the Empress. This was a channeled message, a twin flame reading, right? Either way, in that, I'm getting the exact same energy with the exact same cards, yeah? So it shows that this is still connected to that twin flame reading and channeled message, where you've been there's oversight in this connection. Because it might... On one side, you're trying to manifest this connection with a feminine, right? You're trying to manifest that wedding, that completion. You want to make her offer and ride in, but you are worried about how you're going to be perceived when you're not in a high vibration, when you're not in a good mood. You feel worried about being seen as just sad, down in the dumps, not enough, not communicative enough, not open and receptive, withdrawn, depressed. Yeah? You don't want this person to see you have a depressive episode. You don't want this person to see you in shadow. You don't want this person to see any dark sides of you. So you want to ride in and manifest this, but it wouldn't be true and it wouldn't be genuine and it wouldn't last if the person doesn't see the shadow of you. And the truth of the matter is, when you look at this woman, up until this reading and this point, you've only seen her as shadow. The woman that you perceive, that you care about, that you're manifesting, has been nothing but shadow in your eyes for a long time. Not in a negative way, but I assume her shadow has been an attractive quality to you, because the care and the love, that's like a masculine trait, I guess, a woman in need, right? A woman who's grieving. You've been there for her, or you've desired to be there for her, right? Which appears to be more than enough. So it suggests that, like, in this image, she's trying to let you know that she's open and she wants you to receive. Oh, this is cute. Oh my gosh, listen. In my head, I was just like, men. And I'm shaking my head, right? Because it's really cute and it's funny, but it's not, and it's serious, and we're all yin and yang, right? But from what I can tell, Divine Masculine, you've gone through hell with all these relationships, and all you've ever wanted is to just fall into this connection with this feminine and be there for her while she's in shadow. But you had your own shadow that you didn't want to be seen. This woman has either presented or will present to you as the Queen of Cups, opening up to you, saying, hey, you know you're allowed to have shadow too, right? And you don't want to receive it. It makes me quite emotional, because it's like, whoa, this is your destiny. This is what you're destined to receive. This is what's going to heal all of that stuff that I couldn't see through. That's why this is such a big deal, right from where we started this reading at the beginning. Because you surrendering to your shadow with this feminine will heal you forever. And it will let you know that you actually have a genuine counterpart. That's why marriage is out as well. Because this person can then give you what you need. This person is your alchemical other, your medicine, your healing, your remedy. This feminine is here to heal you. But you're delaying the healing. You don't want to be healed. Up until now, we couldn't even understand what needed to happen with you, to be fair. I'm looking at a stack of cards that explains the 9 people in your reality that have been really fucking with your mental health and bringing you into really heavy shadow. When you're in shadow, you don't want to be seen, fair enough. But you've been presenting positively through shadow. While you've been manifesting this woman, and while this woman's been manifesting through shadow. I want to say this woman's a shadow master. So you admire this woman's ability to deal with shadow. You look at her as vulnerable and she needs you because you're her confidant, her other. You see yourself as her other, her fixer, right? Maybe you see her as a fixer-upper. I don't know, because that just came to my head as well. Which, once again, is a bit harsh, because once again, you're looking like, I need to provide, I need to do this. But once again, you're in that position of wealth and you're used to doing everything for everyone. And so maybe you're just like, maybe that's true. You've got more money than this feminine, so you feel like you need to provide. But maybe that's something you could also look at and work on as well, because materialism isn't really needed in this situation, because you need to fall into your shadow with someone in your life genuinely. Imagine who you would be, who you would become, how you would heal, how you would evolve and grow if you could fall into shadow with someone. I don't feel like you fall into shadow with those two friends of yours. You definitely fall into shadow with those toxic feminines and the relationships you were in back and forth fighting. You don't fall into shadow with your family. You just stand at the top of the chain, the pyramid, and sprinkle money at everyone, acting like you're okay. The lesson for you, that is the biggest lesson of your life to date, is finding someone you can fall into shadow with. And that's not easy. That's not easy at all. But the moment that you can do that, can your relationship with money change forever? Your relationship with self, your family, healthier boundaries. I don't even like to say this because I don't like the connotation and the pressure now on this woman, because I don't like the idea that this is the woman that you're going to marry. Then now her coming into the picture, it creates this dynamic of a shift in your life, right? But I guess that's true love and that's evolution. But it's like, oh, no one ever wants to be that character and that burden. Oh, we don't get as much money anymore, or we don't get to use you in the way in which we did, or we don't get to suck your energy dry like we used to, because now this feminine gets it. Oh, you're not giving us all of this because now the feminine's getting all of this. So maybe the feminine's going to get a lot of flack for this, or that's something that you fear or worry about. I mean, what is life? Do you get what I mean? Everyone shifts and evolves and relationship dynamics change. And the truth of the matter is, this is harsh, right? But there's 9 people over here who can't meet your mental health and emotional needs, but can take money from you and energy from you financially. If there is a chance that only you can know, not even me as a reader wants to say that, I want to say, yeah, this feminine's perfect, go for it. But I don't even like to take those propositions. I wouldn't do that in a personal reading. So what I would say in a personal reading here is only you can assess this feminine and go, can she meet my needs more than these 9 people can? Does she provide me with, like, does she take more money from me than these 9 people do? Does she take my energy more than these 9 people do? Does she give me health and wholeness and healing and good energy more than these 9 people do? Do you get what? It's the seesaw of life you're on. This is justice. It don't feel like justice because it's a weird shift to change, because now I'm outwardly implying these 9 people are now shifting on the what's that? The justice card, the scales of justice, and whoa, is it a lot lighter to have her than it is to have the 9? No one's leaving the 9. No one's denouncing the 9. But where do we rebalance and level this out so you have less depression? Because I mean, are you taking time to understand the severity of this? We're talking about depression and a lack of money, a lack of mental health and emotional well-being, a lack of morals and integrity in some cases, right? A lack of respect and appreciation and value for you and what you do or what you've been doing, right? It's hard. I hate being this person as well, because now I feel like a mediator between the feminine and the family. And then I look at my own life and I'm like, fuck, I get it. I lost all of my family to be where I'm at in my life right now. And I made that choice because I realized I was losing staying. I was losing my potential. I was losing my mental health. I was immature. I didn't have the ability to grow, the space to go. I was trapped in trauma. I couldn't ascend. I couldn't awaken. I'm still healing from that now. I wasn't who I was destined to be. I had to break ancestral curses. I had to find a new healthy love language and way to evolve. So I've cut ties with practically absolutely everyone in my family and past and friendships that I had. And it's been a burden for me ever since I've done it. But my life is 100 times better. I feel 100 times better. That is the severest case of the situation that you will hear. You won't have to go through any of that with any of your family. But priorities and pegging order and shifts and in dynamics will change, yeah. Not because this woman's insinuating or I'm insinuating it, but because your mental health needs it. If you don't do it, you're not going to be okay mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And you're going to keep going through this cycle. This is karmic. These 9 people are karmics. And this is twin flame. Simple as that. There's loads of readings on my channel about what karmics and twin flames really mean now. It's not as negative and a bad connotation like you think it is. But you just got to go, whoa, is that healing or is that taken away? My mental health suffering. My life is going down the pan. I don't feel great. When I'm in these relationships and cycling through this or giving financially to that, it's killing me. It's killing my spirit. It's killing my soul. It's karmic debt. This is one of the biggest lessons you are put on this earth to deal with. Because I feel evil saying this shit as well, because I'm still working through this now. My relationship with all of my family and my closest friends, who didn't really do anything wrong but continue to be exactly who they are, whilst I went through cycle of evolution again, from medium to psychic to spiritual life coach to entrepreneur to CEO to futurist to transhumanist, with not much changing on the surface, but everything about me changing internally, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and everything I'm working on and who I'm destined to be changing massively. I'm not who I used to be at all. Where I'm at in my life, where I'm going long term, my financial desires, my long term output, my mental health, my emotional well-being. I used to be a 30-year-old, 32-year-old, immature mummy's girl that had no real grounding other than the family unit. Although I was doing all the things I was doing. I know people still in my immediate family and community that I don't really talk to now, that now I've moved away, I look back and I go, whoa, we're all adults, but we're still children because we're still run by our parents. We're still living under our parents' eyes and guises in really powerful ways. We're still driven. The ancestral lineage, right? The power seat comes from evolving beyond that ecosystem, going out beyond the macro and the exo and the chrono to evolve. It doesn't mean you lose your family. It doesn't mean they break away, but do your dynamic shift between them. Yeah. I said this to one of my close relatives as well. I said, I want to go to the top of the chain. I want more TVL. I've got big TVL dreams. I want to be more than a billionaire. No one else in my community ecosystem desires that. So, and actually anyone who is at the top of the chain, a lot of celebrities and people well off that I don't desire to be, but if I'm going that way, then potentially I may be recognised, so I have to suck that up and just accept it, and I'm a loudmouth anyway, I've always got shit to say, so we don't know what the destiny holds, but I would happily be a hermit in private with my giant TVL if that's a possibility. We'll strive for that, right? But at the end of the day, you look around at everyone else who's made it to those positions, who have they got with them? Who are they closest to? How big is their network, their community, and what kind of characters did and didn't make it? And who around you has actually done the work to ascend to that degree? Because actually I can't move forward with anyone around me who doesn't really desire that, see that, take me seriously. They're not on my way spiritually. They don't believe in me ever reaching to billions in the net worth. They've never even desired that for themselves. Everyone desires a salary of about what? 46k. Everyone around me, the maximum output, no offense, but let's fucking break it down. Everyone around me is like, oh, do you know what? If I can get to a 36k salary, that'll be me set for life. Whoa. Nah, that's not me. No. That's where I'm at. Other options, I could be a drug dealer, that's cool. Carry a shank, hang around on the road, get involved in drug, knife crime. That's where I came from. That was my upbringing. I can get involved in postcode wars. Maybe not. What if I want to be the Prime Minister? What if I want to be a world leader? What if I want to develop my own corporation similar to the United Nations in relation to technology and AI? What if I want to do that? Hold on, wait, let me go and talk to the rest of my mates that I went to school with that do that. Oh, wait, there's none? Let me talk to my mum or brother who do that. Oh, they could not even comprehend what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh, okay. Do you see the issue? Do you see the issue? Your network reflects your net worth. Harsh, but true. Your mental health reflects your mental capacity of your circle. Your spirituality and faith reflects those in that circle. Your morals and integrity reflect everyone in your community. So there's no point you doing all the inner work and spiritual growth and development when you're staying in the community and ain't no one leveled up. It's great when you're the leader in that community, but it's not great when you're the leader of the whole community and you've got big numbers. You can have 1M to 10M, 7M on YouTube. You've got a massive group, a massive collective, but you're the lead there. Everyone, rude to say hierarchy in systems, as a systems engineer, as a solutions architect, everyone's beneath you. Everyone's somewhat beneath you on the totem pole. The money stops at you. Do you get the problem? So where you getting what you need? Because all that happens is you're the top of the pyramid, the money falls from you and it goes down to the floor. The money don't come back up. There ain't no bottom up solution here in your mechanics. Do you say I have to get masculine in this conversation to even get the point out? Because I was nearly going to cry about how difficult this situation is between the feminine over here and the whole heap of karmic completion that needs to happen, that hasn't got to happen on a negative note. I've closed out cycle with loads of friends where the door isn't closed, it isn't a negative situation, but I've just slowly moved away, distanced myself, made it clearer I'm in a different space or I'm working on me, just slowly, naturally let things fall away. Took my energy back, took my giving back and my offerings back, reduced my capacity to help in certain areas, not out of disrespect, but out of more self-love for me, radical self-love, compulsory measures to get to where you want to go. Speak to any billionaire, millionaire, someone with a trillionaire company, they're going to tell you the same thing. When you get to the top, you can try and repair those relationships and see, but even in certain situations, you get to the top, you're a billionaire now, you go back to go and check on your family again, let your family back into your energy, your life starts falling. I see a lot of celebrities who go independent, stay away from everyone else, make it, start making meals, and then suddenly buy a house, bring all their family back into the network, they lose it all again. Because that was karmic. It's blood, it's family, it's relatives, but it's karmic. And when your career's over there and it don't involve all of these things that are against your morals and integrity and aligned to you now because you went through that ascension cycle and walked away from that karmic cycle that you were put on earth for, God's going to drag you right back. That's why I'm very conscious about how I move now, because I'm scared as I continue to ascend. I don't want to go back because I saw what happened when I was around specific people and my net worth just keeps crumbling when you're around me. I keep going broke when you're close. It's a massive concern. Every time you're around me, I start to lose money. Everything bad happens when you're in my proximity. And that's from synchronistic standpoints. That's just, I can sense the dwindling of everything in my realities. This is breaking in my house. This is falling down. The money's down in every single possible reality. What the hell? Get that person out. Give it a month. Don't let them back in. I'm back. Let them back in again. 2 weeks later, crash again. What the fuck? You've got to start seeing the signs, the synchronicity. Listen to Carl Jung, Freud. They talk to you about family dynamics as well, how we grow. How do you really become who you're destined to be as well? You've got to come out of the shadow of the community that you're in. I'm always screaming, fuck the meso, fuck the meso. But that's because I've got chrono dreams. I've got chrono dreams. So you have to be able to go out there in a different degree and make choices. Like, this is the last thing I'm going to say. You're going to fix all the relationship you have with all these family members, right? You're not going to lose them. I just feel guilty for even implying anything, because I feel like now, the feminine's going to get the blame for all of this. But the way I look at it is, I was struggling to set boundaries with parents and keep them away from me because it was debilitating, and it was bringing up childhood trauma that I was accepting, abuse from childhood that was related to my parents. I still was letting them around me, but that was always messing with my psyche. It wasn't okay. And then I had to wake up and realize, hold on, I act like a child when I'm around these parents because I regress my behavior style, my communication style, my work output, my love languages regress back to childhood behavior. I come back to that abused child again in the presence of my parents. I need to evolve beyond that. Firstly, that was a trigger for me. When I realized that, I started setting healthy boundaries, and I realized, wait, everyone else around who actually grown and mature, doing something in their life, making money, they have their own life, their own wife, their own family, and they don't spend all their time with their parents. They're not surrounded by their parents all the time because they have their own lives. Yeah, that you're meant to have family all around the world doing, or in different places, living their best lives, doing really well, visiting them at their holiday home and them over there. Everyone should be flourishing by themselves independently in their own ecosystems. Then you come together and nourish each other from a place of love and light and healing, because all of your family are independently nourishing themselves. That's what strength and resilience is. That's what a healthy family is. Not everyone coming back for a negative chinwag and a regressive state in behaviour, trauma and negativity, and fighting like we're 12 years old again. There's got to be a higher vibration. When you understand the difference between regressive behaviour and a grown adult out seeking true evolution and impact in society, it's different. I'm going to leave it there and only hope that makes sense. But it's not easy, because the feminine still needs to work on closing out this cycle and keep pushing on away from the family. And you have a very different destiny to balance out all of these 9 relationships in a healthy way. Because the feminine's independent and just moving forward and has a lot of heart and presence for you. You have to be able to know that you can fall into that. My only fear here is you haven't been able to fall into it with everyone in your ecosystem now. And you've picked up unhealthy habits in these connections related to money and the inability to ever fall. So of course your relationship with these people is going to fade away, and of course you're going to start changing as a person, because you're going to start finally resolving the inner you that you never get to see. The cure to whatever you're missing is in this person. So you will be healed. If you imagine you're working on something spiritually every single year, you're doing rituals and remedies and you're going on holidays or retreats, you're doing something very specific to resolve some kind of trauma or ancestral bond or healing, some program you've built up in your mind, some karmic issue you've got that you're trying to rid yourself of. But really, it's attached to these connections that you have, all of them that are closest to you, that are literally lacking the one thing you need more than anything else. And this person over here has it. Do you see that dynamic shift? So you independently have to do all that inner work to stabilize all of these relationships one way or another, so you can even have space to receive this feminine. Because this feminine is present and willing to give you whatever you need, which is something you've never had and don't have the ability to receive. But up until now, you've never desired to receive it. You've been craving it all your life, but you've never desired to receive it because you've been so busy giving, you didn't even look inside yourself and know enough to know it was something you needed. It's up to you to really go, whoa, I've awakened to this, hermatologist. I see what you're saying. I don't want the same fate for you that I had. Because I nearly cried on the call with you talking about my struggle to let all my family go. And I know what my life looks like now. I don't have any of them. And actually I've gone, fuck it, I don't want them either. I hope no one's listening to this. It's so rude. But it has to be that way for my success. I'm being selfish. I know what I'm clairvoyant. So I see my future and my destiny. Yeah? Mine. So I know I need to go that way by myself now and keep walking. This is where I win. This is my golden era. This is where my life gets good. I'm gonna keep going. Sorry guys. Bye. If God says I can't talk to you, I can't talk to you. If God says your energy is not good enough for me, it's not good enough. If God says that there's going to be some karmic backlash or negative energy, if God's telling me you're karmic and there's low vibration anywhere near you, I've got to get away fast. I can't lose again. I won't lose again. That's the fight or flight in me as well. I've made executive decisions. I've got to go. With you, I desire different. Like, firstly, because I know what I've been through and I wouldn't wish that on anyone else to have to go through that. So there's life lessons for you with every single relationship you have. Maybe you do need counselling. Maybe you do need therapy. Maybe you do need to sit down and have some deep one-to-one conversations with all of these 9 people in your life. Some of them are brothers, sisters, family, friends, whatever it is. The relationships look like they're closed out and they're justice. But if you need to start meeting with these people one-to-one and building independent, healthy relationships with them, you got to do something about every single one of these relationships in your life and find common ground and common tongue and find stability in there. These relationships should nurture you, not take away from you. And that's what I don't think you've seen yet. Remember, we're nearly 2 hours into this reading, and at one point of the reading I was just going to go, whoa, maybe I should stop because I can't even see through what all these cards are. Go back to I don't know what the timestamp was, maybe like 35 minutes in when I first stumbled on the cards, and I was like, there's you, but who the fuck are all of these people and what the hell is this? Right? That's something you got to look at. So yeah, this relationship, you don't need to worry about it at all. This feminine, whatever's destined for you will never pass you by, right? Because now you've got a very serious mission or task to go on to start healing yourself. This isn't about these people at all. So I don't even want to make the conversation be, let's start working on these relationships with these people. I've said it because I know your heart and I know you're going to want to do that. But truthfully, it's how do we fix you? How do we make sure that you get what you want? Can you be clear on what you need to survive? What is your happiness? What is your we need to get you right. Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, financially. You need to be that high vibration that you are, that you're destined to be. That starts with you. In the center of the micro, build out meso, macro, exo, chrono. Start making adjustments to your life that are going to serve you in the future. Because if you keep spiraling in this old ecosystem like you have been, you're just going to create more ripples of the same. And you need better. The only good people in your life at this time are those two people that I said that were there with you in business. That man and that woman. That was it. No one else was giving you anything positive in return. That means you need to be the leader in those relationships and make sure you initiate healthy connections and bonds with these people, and make sure you need to receive what you give off. That's why you're empty all the time. You're depleted because you've got so used to people needing that you've allowed them to be the takers in your reality. And you've settled for never receiving anything back. That's why you don't want to surrender to this feminine. You want to rush in, but what about the weak spots that are going to show up every time that these vibrations are around? Because your relationship with them versus your relationship with this feminine are totally different. Because you can see yourself in this feminine connection, aligned and in power. And that is not how you present in this relationship. You take a very different, that's where we're going to leave it. And you know I'm telling the truth, right? Who are you in the relationship with all of these people? What position do you play? How are you spoken to? For everything you do that for everyone else, where are you? How are you wronged? How are you seen? How are you spoken to? How are you motivated? How are you empowered? How are you supported? Like, these worlds can't really collide in reality, right? Because you're not the same person in these realities. And that's the biggest issue. And that's not the feminine's fault, right? I'm trying to back the feminine in beef here, because it's like, you know who you become in the feminine vibration, and you know who you are in this, in the life that you've already had. So now, yeah, it's the justice card, it's the scales of yin and yang. You're going to need to balance out your yin and yang. Work out what you really, really want and how you can manifest in balance and harmony. Naturally, some of these connections will fall away and you'll talk to them less. Family or friends or not, whatever's destined. Everyone's going to get their own husband and wife and their spouse and kids. Everyone's meant to have their own family. We build our own family. We build our own connection. And we come together and share our wider connections and our larger families, and we share with each other, and we give and we call, and we're there for each other. But that's got to come from everyone's unique foundation of building it for themselves, right? You really got to look at your positioning in this dung heap. That's so rude, right? But it's like the cards are piled up like a dung heap. A lot of shit over here. Half the deck's here. And then all you've got are these two people in a power position that support you. And then this story playing out with this feminine that you don't want to go near because you can't even show yourself entirely under the circumstances. Cool. Powerful. Because truth prevails. And now you've got something to work towards, officially becoming more balanced with the destiny that you want, what you desire to manifest versus what your reality looks like. And if you could start improving these relationships, making them more stable, that means putting your foot down and having serious conversations about who you are and what you expect back in return. Last thing I'm going to say as an example, we're just going to hit you with it because I haven't got time to even find the nicer words to say it. In one of my parenting relationships, I repeatedly tried to address the childhood abuse that I went through, and that parent would laugh about it and brush it off repeatedly. At the age of 30 odd, going towards mid-30s, to repeatedly try and have a conversation with a parent, an adult, about childhood abuse that I've spoken about for many years that's been ignored, it got to the point where I said, okay, I'm going to cut this relationship now. Firstly, I'm being laughed at and mocked. I'm trying to have a serious conversation. I like to think the conversations will be nothing of that sort for you. So it should be different outcome. But I'm being laughed at and I'm being mocked as a grown adult who studied childcare since the age of 16, and a developmental psychologist who is really passionate about teaching other people about preventions of abuse and being really resilient in mind, body and soul, right? Reducing likelihoods of suicide. And I'm talking about really serious issues with a parent who's laughing and mocking at me. And not only that, as a result, I'm getting verbally abused later down the line, a week or so later, because I don't really want to have airy-fairy conversations about random stuff, or go out for drinks or cocktails, or do anything other than resolve that trauma that's still inside me at this age. And so I'm getting spoken to like trash. I'm getting abusive messages. I'm getting catfish incidents from people in my contact list. There's a lot of unhealthy stuff that starts to rise up when you rise up and start to take ownership of your life and say, I need healthy return here. I've been giving to all of you. I would like a reciprocal exchange. I'm going to need to start seeing some love and light return to me. I can't keep being that provider in the space. I've taken on the parent role in this dynamic for a long time within my family unit. I've played the mature parent for everyone here. I can't do that anymore. Someone else is going to have to show me that they can receive me or give in kind, or at least start to listen to me when I tell you what I've been through, which I've been identifying for many years now. But you think it's a laugh and a joke and you say it's nothing, get over it. Then that suggests to me I can't take you with me where I'm going. Especially being on the public platform, talking about this stuff, working in social settings and groups where I'm going to be dealing with families and parents that are trying to improve their children's life and get away from this. I need to be an advocate for better. So I need to make sure people in my circle are role models for that change too. Because I'm not going to work with a non-binary LGBTQ and teach queer education. I'm not going to help someone come out of domestic violence and abuse. I'm not going to talk about different layers of abuse and how they can be seen in the home, and then go back to social circles that are meant to be my home base, where they are shunned, denied, ignored, and seen not to be true. Yes, that's profession and personal life. But I'm trying to build a lifestyle where everything flows seamlessly in line with me and my long-term outlooks and destiny, and certain things weren't weighing up. So that's just an example for you about how my ebbs and flows resulted in me having no one anymore in my ecosystem and me going it alone for the betterment of me, for the healthiest, truest way to survive, right? For you, hopefully it's not so severe in the circumstances and situations don't involve catfish and childhood abuse and abusive messages and phone calls and block callers still attacking you and calling you from 100 different private numbers and a random other shit that's not worth mentioning now, right? But whatever does start to rise up when you challenge these relationships to be more compliant with your mental health, your needs and demands, your financial pocket for the future, you're gonna rattle feathers, yeah? You're gonna see people's skins change. And as a result, you need to make wise decisions that once again do what? Improve your mental health and emotional well-being. Fuck off this relationship. Bin it to the side. That's really rude, but just forget it. There's too much work to be done with the rest of these people. Focus on that for as long as you need to. Keep pushing forward and start healing you. You'll know when you're ready and when you're right, and whatever comes. There's millions of feminine, divine feminine people out there that are destined for you. 100%. So all you've got to do is prioritize not even these people but you. And you're going to want to nourish your instinctively, because I'm looking at it from my perspective as well, you're going to want to dive in and do whatever you can to nurture and nourish and save all these relationships. And that's going to take you about 2 years to dive into. And then you're going to see how that whole community shifts and changes and what comes out of it. It's dedication and hard work. That's a long term dedication to these 9 people that have been here. So you're going to be in that, if you choose that route, you're going to be in that for 2 years, working through all of that with everyone else, which is going to bring up a lot of inner child wounding and real awakening to who you are. Then you're going to transform 2 years from now, and be that brand new born you, ready and awakened to everything you've gone through. But you're more likely going to be a lot more wounded, a lot more cold-hearted, but a lot more empowered in who you are, and find yourself as a true independent and really step into adulthood, right? That's how I look at it. I don't even see another option, because I put the rest of the cards away. I wouldn't just flee, and you've got to face the karma that's there, right? And whatever other ways that you can manifest the reality that you want, keep doing that, because the activities here will help you manifest the life that you're destined for. And whatever's meant for you will never pass you by. So the universe will bring that divine feminine, that counterpart to you whenever the time is right, okay? But your time scale could be different, but I see about 2 years of working through all of these relationships. Some of them are going to be really, really challenged. Some of people's true colours and toxicity are going to rise. Like, I didn't realise how insignificant I was in my family and community and social group until I became who I was. Until I really stood in my power and became me and stopped giving what I was giving, I realised how significant I was and how wasted I was, and how much money and time and effort, the things I did for everyone else. And then you start realising, whoa, no one even bought me a gift, and I was spending money all those years on all of this and doing all of this stuff. I didn't even get a birthday card. Like you start waking up and going, oh my gosh. All those years, no one even tries to say happy birthday to me anymore. No one even invites me to Christmas anymore. Like, I'm so insignificant. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, I used to be doing all the cooking. I used to be doing all the cleaning. I used to wrap every single one of the presents. Like, the role that I took on, that was my choice. But I sold myself short for years, because I put myself in the centre of it and done everything for everyone else. The moment I walk away and say I don't want to take on that role anymore, but no one else gives a fuck about who I want to be now, or is just disassociating with my evolution, I'm insignificant. Imagine how painful that is when you think you're a power player in that community, in that space, in that family dynamic. And really and truly, once you shift and evolve, you're nothing, right? That's how I felt. You know, so it's a cycle that you're going to have to go through, and just find yourself within it. And I'm praying that it's not the same situation for you, but I'm warning you in the nicest way and going, just be aware that there could be 1 or 2 of these people that you really look to as confidence or ride or dies, but the moment that you refuse to give them all this money that you were giving them, you see they just won't respond to you anymore, or call you back, or they'll brush you off, or they start talking to you in a different way, or they forget your birthday. They just your significance is just not there anymore when you're not giving them what they expect you to give anymore, right? And then you really realise, whoa, what have I been doing all these years, man? They don't give a fuck about me, really. I made myself significant in that circle by giving all the time. And then you realise, and then you go through that 2 year cycle. Half of that 2 year cycle is healing. At least near 9 months to a year and a half of that is healing. You get them out, but then you start crashing, because then you realise, whoa, what has really happened here? So all those years I was giving all of that money, all those years I was doing all that cooking, all those years I was buying all those gifts, I wasn't even realising what I was receiving back, or what I was doing for everyone else, and that like did not attract like, and that I was just this cog in the wheel, going and going and going, and people were so happy to take advantage of me, and I've got nothing to show for it now. Everyone can just move on with me being so insignificant in that reality. It's more depressive to realise you felt like you were more than you were in that system, especially when it's family and friends. It really burns, right? But then you got to pick yourself up and brush yourself off and go, my destiny's over there. God made me get out for a reason, right? God made me see the light for a reason. Imagine I had all this money that I'm going off to get and all this intelligence that I do have now, all of these ideas, they would have just ate that like they ate everything else. They would have just taken all that money. Every time I had money, I was just willing to provide, create, host, do, feed others and give. So it would only have dwindled out more and more anyway. So now I've got a chance once in my life, first time in my life, to actually retain something for me. And now be an actual adult and grow up and not give just because someone's family and says blood is thicker than water, or we've known each other 20 years. It doesn't really matter when you don't give me an even exchange and I'm burdened by our connection. I need more. Yeah? We're going to be back. We're going to do more readings like this. So don't worry. There's a lot to digest. Journal about this. Write about this. Go on, do a video log now and talk to yourself, or an audio log, and recap this. Timestamp. This is a really significant day, because whoever this is for, fucking hell. Your life's going to change forever now because you dove into this. And in whatever way this found you, healing will find you. That means your destiny is really important for you to go on such a soul mission, okay? Sending you so much love and light and healing energy. Stay positive, keep going, and we'll come back and check on all of this, yeah? Love and light.